This is my next project. I'm going to be making some tails, some swags and tails for free winders. I'm not going to show you the whole process of making these tails or the swags, but it has been requested that the swags that I've shown you, that I didn't actually show you put in the top of the swags together, how you can achieve the different styles when one swag is on top of the other from the top to see that view. So a subscriber has asked me to show you that. Now lucky for her, I will be on this task. I will be doing, I think 5, 6, 10, I think maybe 10 or 13 swags. So I'll show you the outcome, and I'll show you the different ways you can, after I've made them, how you can put them on top of each other to achieve different style. The next thing I'm going to show you as well is that on this task, another subscriber has asked, now I've showed you a video how you can straighten your fabric up by pulling a thread. Now she's asked me how to do it with an angle. So I've got, I think, 2 types of right angle. One is an enormous one, which is what I do my Roman blinds with, and one is just a simple right angle. Right, so here is my right angle. So all I do is get the edge of the fabric and straighten it up and put a nice long ruler at the bottom of this, and I've got my straight edge. This one, which is already in this, it opens up to an enormous right angle. So I'll show you that later, which you have seen already on other videos. But for the purpose of my subscriber, these are the 2 that I use, as well as that other technique. So I'm going to get on with it. So I'm going to cut now. I'm going to lay my fabric out, and I'm going to now cut, I think it's 6 tails first. And then after I've done the tails, I'll do the then I'll do the swags. I've got 27 meters to play with. Now, as you can see in the far background, is that what this fabric is going to be a contrast for those curtains which you see at the back, which is hanging up there. And I must say, I had a bit of a problem getting a fabric to match up with it. So this is a contrasting fabric that's going to be on those are the curtains. Now these tails are going to be tall because the ceiling height is 123 inches tall. So I think that the ceiling height is 10 foot high. So these tails are going to be roughly 62 inches to 66 inches. And the swags are going to be 20 inches. Hopefully I should get these swags with 6 pleats. It makes a change to do 6 and 7 pleats. They do look nice. So I'm going to see if I can do that. And the measurements I'm playing with is 88 inches going one window, 100 inches on the other window, and 66 inches on the other window, which is the top. So I'm going to do that now and reel it out. Then I take my right angle and I line it up. As you can see, my right angle tells me that is. And then I take my large ruler and I go straight across and line it up. So that is meant to be straight. Now, as you can see at the edge of this, my subscriber, there is a right angle here as well for both sides. So all I have to do is to put it onto the table and it's automatically straight. So in theory, that is meant to be my right angle. But the problem is with fabric is I'm assuming that this is absolutely straight. So I'm not totally relying on this. I'm relying on this one because I can see it on the edge and you can't see it, but it goes off very slightly. So I'll adjust my ruler to this right angle, and that's the line that I'm going to draw, and that's what I'm going to cut.
Cost you a bit of money, yeah?
Right, so at the moment now, what I'm doing is I'm putting all the fabric back. So what I'm doing is I'm flipping the fabric and putting the lining in between, and also flipping the lining as well, to make sure that when they're hanging up, the shading is not completely different. So you see one lighter and one darker. So that's what I'm doing. And what I'm trying to do is, not what I'm trying to do, what I am doing is I'm making sure that the fabric has a top and a bottom, because it's amazing, by turning the fabric upside down you've got something completely different. So I've already put 2 down already, so I've got a pair now. I've got a pair, so this here is a pair, and now I'm going to do the other pair. So I'm cutting the lining out as well as, and as you can see, my son is here to help me because the fabric is rather heavy. So it's moved up.
Yeah.
So even though I've put 2 linings on top of each other, what I have to make sure is that I flip it. And this is paying attention to details for the quality of how the lining is going to look from outside the window, if it's showing. So here now we have 2 pairs. So now we're going to have the 3rd pair. Here's another thing. The manufacturers has put a little paper here. Sometimes they tie a string as well. And what they're indicating to us is that there is a fault within the fabric. And the fault, as you can, well, you can't see it, but here is funny, and up there's a line pulling. But that is enough for me to ignore. But sometimes you can't ignore them, so I'll leave that there at the moment. See that the lining is short here, so when I cut it, it's going to be made to measure, so I'll measure it and I'll make sure that when I cut it, this bit here is going to be wasted. So from here the triangle goes, but don't worry. Or what you could do is, when you're making the curtain, you make sure you turn it and turn it so you don't really waste anything. That will be the side, so that also works, so nothing wastes. And I think maybe that's what I might do. Just straighten it up on that end. Is it here?
Shall I bring it up some more?
If it's not straight, yeah. So this is where, at this point now, I will use my right angle again to get the shape of this. And I will pay attention to the fabric as well, because you can see this fabric's got line in it. So what I'll do, instead of just relying on my straight edge to get a straight edge here, I won't rely on it. What I'll do is, I'll try and straighten up this line here as well. So what I do is, I'll take my ruler and use that as a line and get the whole thing straight, so it doesn't look as though my tail is more or less going that way, over exaggerating. So here's my line, so I don't want it to look like that when you look at it. So I'll pay attention to that as well. Paying attention to details, as I say. So now I am going to straighten it up. And this now I can get my right angle out, big right angle out. But I'll just use the ruler. I'm not going to go through it again with you. You'll see the end results. You know, I'm going to cut it off.
Yeah, but are these all straight?
That's why I'm going to cut it off. I can't be bothered. And straighten it up. Yeah. So what I'm doing here is I'm using that line to straighten it up. Alright, make it straight.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. I should use that side actually. Yeah, I'm going to use it.
Which is the side you used before?
And it doesn't matter which one. Let's see, if I use that side, this will be the triangle. Now, I have done video on relocation and I've shown you me actually putting the swags up on the board. But because of time and so on, I only gave you clips of it, but I didn't show you bit by bit how it was put up on the board. So what I've done today is I've got all my boards ready, and that's what I'm going to do. Now, a subscriber whose name is Nicola Paddy, this video is all for you. Now, I did email you and tell you that I would be doing this especially for you, but Nicola Paddy said that she liked my swags, but there was a however. And I'll tell you, it was, however, I would appreciate it if you had shown us how to actually hung the swags bit by bit. A bit of a disappointing clip, really, she said. Really, she said. Really, she said. You were disappointed because I ruined it for you because I didn't show you bit by bit, but I have got other videos where I have shown you that I've put up one or the making of it, how it's actually done. So you'd have to actually look at the other videos. But you know what? I like the challenge, and you kind of aroused me. So because I'm doing this job and I've got a lot of swags here, I've got 13 swags, so I thought I'll take this opportunity to show Miss Paddy or Nicola bit by bit. And there was another person as well who wanted to see the top part of it when I put them up, to see from. Now I've only got one camera working. I've got two cameras, but it's hard for me to get two cameras working together because I am the one who's doing the editing and so on, and it's a lot of work. So what I will do is I will show you one swag that for a view of me putting it up at the top again, which I have shown you. But with this video selection, I don't know how many videos I'm going to do with it, but I'm going to show you a variety of styles. I'm going to show you swags on top of the swags, swags on the pole, and let's see, 3 swags, 5 swags, and a long pole to show you the effects that you can do. So be patient with me and enjoy this video. Thank you. And there's another one as well. Some of you like when I'm talking throughout the video, but I just need to get on with it sometime and just get across what I'm trying to show you. But what I've done so far is, hold on. Now, you know I normally cover my board. This time I've covered the board with the actual fabric. Why? Because I want the edge of this to show, to give you another technique. So this one I've screwed down already, so I'm going to go ahead. Now you see I've put the Velcro already on it, and then later I'm going to add more Velcro to it, which is what Nicola is going on about as well. The Velcro is already on the swags. Right. So here we have one swags. And I've put Velcro on the back and on the front all the way round so that I can achieve to show you what it is, the different styles that I want. You don't always need them back and front, but I've got my work cut out for me today. So here we go. We're going to put the first swag up. Now I've already marked the top, and what I've done is I found the center of my board, right, and then I halved it, and I found the half from here to here, the distance with the half, and I've marked it, and I've marked it here. So first thing I'm going to do is get my swag, and I'm going to halve it again like this, and then I'm going to put the first swag in the center, and that's my first one. Now let me start again, because this is a different style. Hold on, let me do this. So that's that's the first thing. So I've got them spaced out. But what I'm going to do is, for the purpose of which style should I do first, I'm going to put these one underneath this one, or you can put these on top of this one. But the usual one is one underneath. So I'm going to do that quickly. Nicola, I hope you're watching closely. It's a quick demonstration for Nicola. Now that I've done that, you can see those two are done. Now I'm going to put the middle one back on top. Find my centre, I've got my centre marking. There it is. My middle one's back on top. And now I continue. Right, so here we have it. As you can see, now all I have to do is to adjust them. This one here is shorter than the others. But that was a quick demonstration, and now I have to tweak them to get them the same level. All I have to do is bring this one in because I didn't measure it. So that was a quick demonstration, and probably what I've done as well, I've got two different sizes here. I've got a larger one, so this one is a larger one. But anyway, that is the concept. That's how you quickly put up. So that's one style, and after you've done that, Nicola, then we dress it with our tails. I haven't made much room here to show you, but I should have put the board up a bit higher. So that's one style, and then we adjust them, and it's quite easy to adjust it. All we do is you bring them in or out, and that's adjusted. The same with that one. Put that further up and we adjust it, but I'll change this one to be the same. So now we're going to do this again. So let's get rid of this one. So of that, what I've just done, I'm going to have two swags, and I'm having them touch in here because this is a different style. So here's my half of 17 inches. Here's my half of 17 inches, excuse me. Make sure I've got the same swags. Yeah, I've got the same swags. So now I'm going to put my swags up